So this is a very light-hearted look at doing, really, about occupational science, okay? And how in choosing what you do can, it is said, improve your happiness, okay? The other thing that my family found quite happy about that is I can be downright miserable at home. So I'm standing here as the virtues of talking about happiness, and to be completely honest, I'd probably be completely mad if I was happy all the time. Okay? So there's a balance in everything. So I'm going to be here talking to you and allowing you, don't worry, there's no stand-up hallelujah, come to the front, any of these inspirational talks. Oh, all right then. If you really want to do that, we'll do a bit of that. But it's more for you to sit there, and while I'm talking, just reflect. It's a pause for thought, if you like, really. Oh, does that ring true with my life? Is this what I really want to do? Can I do that a little bit better to be a little happier? So, it's just for you to reflect. If any of you are married in here and you decide by the end of the presentation that you no longer wish to be married, that is not my responsibility. Or if you came with your friends and you decide you don't want to have your children that may be with you, okay? I absolve myself of all responsibility of that. Okay. Why am I talking about this? So my name's Helen, Carey, and I work here at Glyndwr University as professional lead for the Occupational Therapy programme. I've been an occupational therapist since 1990, and I work 1 day a week clinically with patients with neurology disorders. So either as outpatients on the community or at Osmerport Hospital. So I'm working with people with motor neuron disease, multiple sclerosis, strokes, really happy subjects like that. But it's brilliant what I do, because I help them to do what they want to do. So basically, I spend my clinical day trying to make... Hi, you all right? Don't worry, the video's on, so I'd sit down quick if I were. So I spend my clinical hours making people happier, which is a pretty good job, really. Okay. For the other 4 days a week, I'm a lecturer here, and I make the students decidedly unhappy for 4 days a week. Now, I teach on the occupational therapy programme. So if anybody, as we talk from here, is interested in probably thinking of doing occupational therapy, by all means give me a shout at the end. Let's see where we are. Okay. Or this presentation can be, all right then, we're not going to have you going out in complete euphoria, but hopefully we can stop you being downright miserable. This is the blobfish. Anybody seen the blobfish before? Apparently the most ugly animal in the humankind. It's called the blobfish. I don't think it looks that ugly, but it does look fairly miserable. Okay? So hopefully we're going to see if we can make you that little bit happier. So the aims of what we're going to do, think about what you do. What do you do now? What are your daily occupations? All right? Consider which one of those actually makes you happy. Okay, so you've found 3/4 of those don't make you happy. What could you do to make you that little bit happier? Does that fit? Did you all think that's what you were coming to listen to? Everybody wants to stay? All right. Occupation is everything that we do. Okay? So, just have a think. What have you done today? Start from the time when you first woke up. Let's keep this clean, everyone. Start from when you first woke up. All right? Can you think of what you did? First thing I did, stagger out of bed. It's my job to open the curtains. It's a bit of a routine. Curtains, okay? And then start nagging the family to move double fast, okay? And then get the breakfast, I'm still nagging, still got this nagging thing going on, okay? Get the drive to work, blah, 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 blah. You know where we're going. Similar day for everybody else? No. Why is yours different?
Yes, I got up and opened the curtains, but I thought what a beautiful summer's morning it was.
Good on you. You don't need to be in this session. You've got it already. Gold star for the students in the front. Okay? No. Everything we do something every minute of the day. Who thinks they actually did nothing all day today? Good, that's the right answer as well. Because even when we think we're not really doing nothing, we're just sitting, we're actually thinking, all right? We're reminiscing, or we're thinking, or we're planning. So occupation is everything that we do throughout the whole day, all right? And what I do with patients is look at everything they do throughout the whole day and see if they can do it better and see if they can do what they want to do. Okay? So occupation is everything that we do. In occupational science terms, isn't it great these people get paid a lot of money to come out with something like that? That basically just says what we do every day. It's all self-initiated, self-directed activity that humans do to achieve a healthy goodness of fit with their environment and adapt to its challenges. Good old Yerkser. Okay? Self-initiated and self-directed. What you want to do usually? Ooh, you're saying, well, I do lots of things in a day, there's nothing what I want to do. But in general, we have a choice. We have a bit of freedom to do things. A healthy goodness of fit. So there should be a balance. Does anybody remember, I'll be showing my age now, the Mars advert? Mars a day helps you work and play. Do you remember that one? Yeah. Basically, a balance to what you do during the day. A healthy goodness of fit. And to adapt to challenges. So if we just do the same thing every day, a bit like Groundhog Day. Did anybody see that film, Groundhog Day? Who was that in that film? Who was the actor in the film? I can't remember. Pardon? Was it? That's right. That's it. Bill Murray. And he was stuck in time. He did the same thing day in, day out, every day. Okay? Like that. Basically, we need challenges. That's what Yerkes has said. This is what I say. All right? In our occupations, we have our self-care. Hence the loo. Admittedly, could have found a bath, but unfortunately, found the toilet. All right? So, self-care activities are everything we do just to look after ourselves, if you like. So, eating, washing, dressing, those general self-care stuff, brushing our teeth. Then we have productivity. As you can see, the gentleman up here enjoying a nice bit of productivity. Productivity isn't just work, okay? People that are retired, do you think you have any productivity? Not that I'm looking at anybody to say anybody here is retired, okay? But if you are retired, do you think you have any productivity?
No.
No. You don't do anything you feel you have to do.
Well, I don't produce anything.
You don't produce. Okay then. Doesn't necessarily have to be stuff to produce. It's stuff that you probably have to get done. Alright? So, probably the gardening might have to get done. Washing the dishes might have to get done. Okay? My mother would certainly say that childcare of a grandson would be a productivity that has to be done. Okay? So productivity is things that have to be done, if you like, but not vital for survival. Yeah? And then we've got leisure, so the good old television there. So really, everything that you've done today could really fit into one of those three things. Yeah? Now, ironing. Which one of those three things does that fit in? Leisure. You enjoy ironing. Good on you. Okay? Some people enjoy ironing, so it's a leisure activity. Who hates ironing and it would be productivity? Yeah, I know. Okay? Could be productivity. Could say to self-care, because we have to do it, but technically you're not going to die if you put a crease jumper on, are you? But we can see that we can fit things into self-care, leisure and productivity. And it very much depends on what you like yourself, on what you value yourself, and so where these fit. So you can see where a bit of the happiness comes from. Yeah? It's ideal to have meaning and purpose to your life. Productivity does a lot of that, but also leisure and self-care does a lot of that. So for example, eating. There's a point where we eat because we have to survive, so that's self-care. There's a point when I'm in work during the day, yeah, I don't have time, I'm throwing the food down, it's like a productivity, got to be done. And there's a time when we enjoy going out for a meal with friends, where it's a leisure. So occupations can mean different things at different times and can make us happy or not happy. What I do with a patient is I look at what do they want to do. So for example, I've got a patient who has multiple sclerosis and has 4 children and isn't really that bothered that she gets herself washed and dressed in the morning. Although she is bothered, she manages to take the children on her own on the school run. Yeah? So we get home care in to do that washing and dressing, but I make sure she can do that school run on her own. Yeah? And that is what makes her happy. It gives her a role. It could be a productivity occupation, it's partly a leisure. She sees as a vital to her role as a mum. See where I'm coming from? So occupations mean different things to us. We're occupational beings, all right? Why we have been so successful, humans, compared to ants or bees, is because we really, really look at the balance of occupations, all right? Lots of animals tend to do things for survival. Lots of animals, we do things for leisure, for productivity, and for self-care. So we desperately want to do, and doing fulfills us, no matter what it is that we're doing. Okay? If you look at occupation and well-being, loads and loads of studies, and I said I can bore you in another lecture at another time of all these studies that have gone on, how there's loads of different studies that look at how what you do improves your well-being. There's been studies with people that have had brain injury, okay, especially people within Putney. Anybody heard of the Putney Neurological Unit in London that looks after people that are very severely brain damaged? And they've looked at even doing simple tasks when you put a monitor to the brain actually produces endorphins that improve a feeling of well-being. Okay? Also, you might have heard in alcohol and drug unit services, you might have heard probably about 12 months ago, the government have been really slated for bringing in cinema vouchers for people that were having drug treatments. Anybody hear of that? Method in the madness, really. Some people, of course, that's awful. Why are they rewarded in that way? But another thing, what the thought around it is that you're bringing some sort of occupation into those people's thoughts. You're trying to break the cycle of persistent substance abuse. Okay? And by trying to change their lifestyle into a more productive, trying to get them involved with community groups, and such like, trying to get them involved with leisure, breaks the cycle of abuse, yeah, that they're within. So again, quite a little bit within well-being there. Also, a huge amount on people with clinical depression. Looking at people with clinical depression, how looking at what their occupations are during the day and looking at changing what they're doing, not just for leisure, but bringing in roles and responsibilities. There's lots of evidence how that breaks the